Can't take your eye off the ball offensively for more than a second. Watch Jared right here. Jalen's going to blow by his man and get into the lane. Look at Jared. Jared is not seeing what's going on with the basketball. Ball you man on offense like defense, right? Okay? Because look at Jared right here. Jalen's driving the lane here, and his man's stepping up to help. Now Jared's finally seeing this, but first of all, why isn't Jared just diving to this open space right here? Right? So now Jalen can just drop it to you for an easy two. Okay? Or you suck in this defender, and now Cody's going to be wide open. Or you suck in this defender, and now Damian's going to be wide open. But again, Jared doesn't cut, okay? He's standing over here, so now you don't make Siena Heights pay for this, and you got to reset your offense. So Cody and Damian run this ball screen. You have an amazing switch here. Look at this. You got Damian switched onto a guard. This ball has to get down low. And Damian's got to be aggressive, calling for the ball, screaming for the ball, because once we get the ball to Damian in the post, it's over. It's 2 points. But look at this. We don't get the ball down low on this switch. Look at Damian. I mean, he's got this amazing mismatch, and we're jacking threes, and you get nothing. Sloppy rotations in the zone, okay? I mean, the ball's over here. What is it? Jason G is taking too long to get over here, okay? Especially when you got a man right here, all right? Now, when this ball gets swung here, Cody doesn't really have time to get into the gaps, but there's really no reason for Jason G to be taking this much time. Ball gets swung. Jason G, you got to fly over here. You can't take your time like this. And look what happens. It allows him to just get the ball right here, and now boom, now this player's in the lane, okay, and he's going to end up drawing a two-shot foul. So this is great positioning by Elwood, okay? Look at this. You're about halfway between your man and the ball. But what's unnecessary for Elwood to do is he doesn't have to move. Okay, when this player comes this way, Elwood just jabs at it without moving inward, okay? Bang, you have plenty of time to get outward. But watch what Elwood does here. Look at this little movement inward. See how he's going to go inward with his feet? You don't need to do that. Okay? If you just are right here when this drive comes, and all you do is jab right there. Without having to move your feet inward, you will get back out to the three-point line in plenty of time. Okay? But when your body takes you inward, when you have to step inward like this with one step, okay, now you're never going to get outward. Okay, and look what happens here. Look at Elwood. See how he brings himself inward? That part was unnecessary. Now you're not going to get out to the three-point line in time, and it leads to three. All right, so this is pretty good execution right here. You run an empty side ball screen. What does that do? Brings a backside defender right here. So Matt's going to try and attempt to cut here. Okay, but what does his cut do? His cut just occupies this defender, and it just brings this defender further away from the three-point line. So Jason G makes a great read, and now you hit Elwood for a wide-open catch-and-shoot three. It just doesn't go down, but the execution was great there. Empty side ball screen, okay. Pretty good execution here by Jason G. Okay, but what are we doing over here where everyone's standing? Okay, we got two backside defenders here, so we could honestly have two different cutters, to be totally honest with you. But look at Matt. Okay, Matt, your man's all the way in backside help. You got to go. You have to cut. Okay, because either you can now power up over this guard, okay, or you just force this guard to have to stay, and now this catch and shoot three for Jared's going to be even more wide open. Or if you really want to get creative, Matt and Jared can cut, okay, and you can go Matt right to Jared for a layup. But again, when everybody stands at the three-point line, you don't give us the opportunity to get an easy shot at the rim. The only option we have is a catch-and-shoot three, and it's not even that open because you didn't freeze that second backside defender with a cut, and now you end up getting nothing on this. Beautiful execution again. Empty side ball screen. Beautiful pocket pass by Cody. Draws a backside defender right here. Now look what happens here. Matt cuts. His man's in backside help. He cuts. And what does his cut do? It occupies this defender here. Okay? And what ends up happening is his cut now leaves somebody open in the corner here, so that's going to occupy this defender. So again, by you cutting, you just open things up more at the perimeter if you're not open, right? Because the reason you're not open is because you took someone else's defender. And look what happens. So you took this defender with you, so now this defender feels like he has to go guard the corner, so now Elwood is just wide open here. And this wide open three is all because Matt cut. And you're going to see you don't get, shot doesn't go down, but you got a wide open look. God, look at how open Matt is. It's a pretty good execution here. Empty side ball screen. You hit Jason G. But look at Matt. So his man's and backside help. Jason G's got to be seeing this, and Matt's wide open. Just an extra, hang on to for an extra second, and this is right to Matt for a layup. Okay? I mean, that's where you got to look. It's wide open. This is right to Matt layup. But instead, you throw it to the three-point line, and that's not going to do anything, and you end up not getting that look. Too much space here when you ice this ball screen. Jason G's got to get higher here. Okay, you got to close this up. Jason G's got to get higher so that, again, this guard does not have the option to even go towards the middle of the floor. You're trying to keep him towards the sideline this way. But look at all this space right now for this guard. He can bring this to the middle if he wants to. And look, just his jab there towards the middle of the floor, because that's there, makes Jason G lean one way. Okay, and now he's no longer downing this ball screen. Now he's able to get right to the rim, and it's a layup. So, all right, Reed's got to already start to cheat up here. Jason G's going one-on-one in the post. Look at Reed. Okay, your man is all the way over here. Reed should already be starting to cheat up here. Okay, because if he commits to this double team, you got to be in this charge circle ready to catch and lay it in. Okay, and you want to make sure you seal off this defender if he sinks down. But look at Reed. He's just staying home. See, he's still all the way out here. Like right now, he should be already moving this way. So when Jason G turns, you're just right here and it's a layup. But again, Reed doesn't move. So now it's a block and it's 0. So Cody can't stop here. Look at this. You run this empty side ball screen. Cody should be attacking off this big's hip this way. Even if it takes you out towards half court, that's fine. That just means the second defender is going with you. You're taking that second defender with you further. Okay? And now this buddy pass to Jason G right here to Reed is either going to be wide open, or why would Reed not be open? Because this defender goes with him, and now either Elwood's open for a catch-and-shoot three there, or Elwood's open on a cut, and it's a layup. Okay? But Cody, look at how Cody stops. See, when he stops like that, he doesn't attack off that big's hip, so now you're not dragging this defender. You're allowing him to recover back to Reed much sooner. Now, Reed also right here, Reed, you got to see, look at this. Like right here, this can't happen. Reed, you got to get into this player's jersey right here and seal him off and see if we, see if we can get that ball down to you on that. Cody didn't do a very good job dragging that defender, but again, on the recovery, you always have the opportunity to seal your man here and get a post touch right in the charge circle, and it should be just turn and layup. But Reed doesn't seal his man, and look at you reset now. So it's a good twist screen right here, okay? They go under the first one, you twist on the second one. Now they can't go under, so this just drives me up a wall. Look at, this is Jalen's man, this is Jalen. You're just taking points off the board by standing at the three-point line. Again, Jalen should be seeing that his man is he's not even on the weak side, he's standing on the strong side of the floor. So Jalen, you've got to start to creep up. And once Elwood turns the corner again, you're gone, okay? Because when you stand at the three-point line like this, look at this, okay? And now you're cutting, okay? Because, again, now Elwood can either drop this to you, or guess what? The three-point line's still going to be there because you're taking this defender with you, and now Cody's wide open. But, again, when everybody stands at the three-point line, this defender now can defend two of you as opposed to cutting and making him only able to defend one of you, okay? And now, so Elwood doesn't have the option to drop it off, and it's a turnover. Gosh, this is beautiful. Unbelievable. Look at this. Empty side ball screen. Elwood does a good job. Look at how Elwood drags this big now. You want to go towards center court? That's fine. That means you're taking this defender with you. Okay, and now look at how wide open this buddy pass is because you dragged this big all the way out here. Now it's just an easy lob to Jason G for a layup. Beautiful execution. Bad gamble right here by Cody. Okay, bad technique as well. Look at this. You're guarding in the corner right here. Your back should be towards the baseline. Okay, you shouldn't be hugging the three-point line like this anyways. But again, back should be towards the baseline and probably another step in. Because look what happens when you have your back to the sideline like this. Okay, well, you're susceptible getting beat back door, but also I guess here you get you feel the need to gamble right here. Look at that gamble. So now you're beat. Now you're off balance, and now you end up giving up an open jumper that should never have been there. Points off the board. You're literally taking points off the board. Jalen blows by his man right here. Elwood, look at this. You got to be seeing, what's my man doing, okay? He's clearly going to step up and help. Jalen's got his man totally beat. So look at this right here. Elwood, you have to dive to this open space, and we're just hitting you for a layup. Where are you going? You can't fade to the three-point line here. Again, you're just taking points off the board, okay? And Elwood fades to the three-point line, so now Jalen can't hit him for a layup, and you got to reset. Cody's hugging the three-point line. This just can't happen. Look at where's Cody going right here? Why are you hugging the three-point line? Again, you should be much closer to the nail with your back to the baseline, right? So now there's no driving lane. The player comes this way, stunt, recover, okay? This is the shell drill in a game. In the shell drill, you don't do this, okay? And you can see you just put Reed on an island, and he's going to end up fouling him, and it's 2 shots. So Damian can't be looking to score here, okay? You run the empty side ball screen. Elwood does a nice job dragging the big, okay, and makes a nice pass here to Damian. But Damian, stop, okay? I mean, it'd be nice if we had some cutting going on, okay? If the player in the corner there cuts, I mean, it's a layup, okay? But again, Damian's trying to power through 2 guys, and I understand why he's trying to do that. But if we have a cutter here, now Damian can just drop it here for a layup, okay? But really, also Damian's got the option to kick to the corner for an open catch and shoot 3, or kick to Jalen for a catch and shoot 3. Jalen can feel free to cut 2 if he wants, okay, and get a layup as well there. But there's no cutting. Damian's trying to score through 2 people, and it ends up being a travel. All right, so there's a little bit of a flare screen here. It's not much of one, but it's enough to do the job. Look at right here. I mean, Damian's got to, first of all, be calling this out, right? Flare, 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 and then he's got to take a step back, because you can see he doesn't take a step back, so Cody doesn't have any room to go under and get on the other side. He's going to try and go over the top initially because there's no room, but he doesn't have any time to do that. So now by the time Damian takes a step back and lets him through, now Cody's out of position, and he's going to get blown by. So that's really what happened. But also take a look at Elwood right here. He's not seeing the ball at all. Okay, he has no idea what's going on with the ball. You man, can't take your eye off the ball for more than a second. If he was seeing the ball, he'd know he'd got to come over here and help. Okay, but I mean that's on Damian for not allowing Cody to get through on that flare screen. And by the time he got there, he was out of position. And then he was blown by for an and-one dunk. But it would have been nice if Elwood had seen that and been able to help. So again, good execution. You get a pretty good look. But you know where we're going with this. Empty side ball screen, hedge. Okay, what's Jared doing right here? Jared, you got to go. You got to cut to the middle of the floor right here so that Jason G, if he wants to, can just hit you right here. And it's either a layup or you take this defender with you, and Elwood's wide open for a catch-and-shoot 3. Again, it's not a bad look. It's an open mid-range jumper for Jason G that he usually knocks down. He doesn't. Good spacing. That's why you were able to get that look. But we could have done better. So there's got to be some backside help here. I mean, Jason G, it looks like you're in drop coverage there, sort of. I don't know, dropping high. But right here, Cody is just not moving at all in this backside area. Okay, and like right now, you got to, at least in this backside, he's got to start to creep up a little bit. Okay, and just stunt at this and recover to give this player some resistance right here so Jason G has time to get back. Again, you're asking Jason G here to first drop towards the ball and then recover without any backside help whatsoever. I mean, you can also X out of this, but I don't know if you want Cody guarding a big, but either way, there's got to be something. Cody cannot be just standing right here doing absolutely nothing, because Jason G goes towards the ball and he's not going to be able to recover in time, and it leads to 3 points. Okay, sound like a broken record, but again, you're just taking points off the board. That's literally what you're doing. You run an empty side ball screen, great spacing. Cody refuses the ball screen. It gets into the lane. Jared, you cannot be look at Jared, okay? It's kind of blurry there. Jared has totally taken his eye off the ball. Offensively, you cannot take your eye off the ball for more than a second, just like on defense when you're away from the ball. Ball you man on offense. Jared should be seeing a ball screen's being running. Okay, now he's stopping. I don't know where he's going. Stop right now, okay? Because your man is stopped. He's going to be in backside help here, okay? And look what happens here. Now if Jared's seeing the ball, which he just starts to do now, which is by then way too late, Jared is stopped right here, and he's starting to creep up. And once Cody beats his man to the rim, look at this. Jared's right here, drop-off layup. Okay? That's what it is. But there's no one there. You don't have that option. So Jared just allows his defender to just be in backside help with no repercussions whatsoever. Okay, and now Cody's got to take a contested runner, and you get 0. Okay, this is just not seeing the ball right here. Look at Matt, okay? Look at how long he isn't seeing the ball for. Ball's right here. Now, should Jared be getting beat baseline like this? No, but there's not much you can do about that. But Matt's got to be seeing the ball right now. He still isn't seeing the ball. By the time he sees the ball, which is right now, it's too late. I mean, you've taken your eye off the ball for 3 to 4 solid seconds. You can't take your eye off the ball for more than a second. Ball, you man. You're seeing ball and man, not taking your eye off either for more than a second. And look, when Jared gets beat baseline, instead of Matt being ready to come over and help at the rim, there is no help, and Jared's got a foul, and it's 2 shots for Siena Heights. What is Cody doing here? I mean, Siena Heights is in drop coverage. The spacing's beautiful. You empty out the strong side of the floor. Look at this. Just get downhill, Cody. Attack this big. This player's going to be behind the play. Okay? And then all you got to do is just engage this big right here. You got a 2-on-1 happening, right? Cody gets downhill. Cody, Matt against this big for Siena Heights. And all Cody's got to do is just attack long enough that this big has to commit towards the ball, and then Matt's roll is going to be wide open there. Okay? But Cody doesn't even attempt to get into the lane and attempt to set up this 2-on-1 and attempt to get this big to commit to get Matt's roll open. And you swing it, now you're resetting. Have to cut. Look at Jared's man right here. He's getting ready to double. Jared, you should be first of all, you should be in position to get ready to go. And once your man steps up in this backside help area, you're gone. Because look you're trying to set a screen right here, but you basically can set your own screen. Because look what happens here. When this man here comes to set up and double, right here, when his man sets up to double, if Jared cuts, look what happens. Now Jason's either dropping this to him for a layup, or this is why you don't have to screen. Because this man's going to go with you, and now this pass to Matt is going to be wide open. Catch and shoot 3. Okay, but Jared's setting a screen for no reason. Just cut. Okay, and it's either layup, or you take this defender, you occupy that defender, and now Matt is wide open. But you set this screen for I don't know what reason, and you lose that advantage. All right, so if Cody's icing this ball screen, he's got to actually ice the ball screen. Look at this. Right here, okay, you're fine. You've set up. You're forcing him towards this part of the floor. Matt's getting up, and you're downing the ball screen. But where's Cody going? I don't understand this. Look at this. Cody's in good position, but look at this. He then decides he doesn't want to ice the ball screen anymore. But there's still a ball screen coming right here. So now you're just allowing yourself to get screened, and you're allowing this player to go this way, to the middle of the floor. The point of icing a ball screen is you keep the player to the sideline. But Cody moves, stops icing this ball screen. So now look, now he's just giving up the middle part of the floor, which is what you're not supposed to do, obviously, and it just leads to an open jumper. So what if we get one more cutter here? You run this horns action. Jalen blows by his man and is in the lane. Now Reed does a nice job cutting here, but again, look at Jared. Why can't Jared just be a scoring option here? You stand at the corner, you're not really a scoring option. When you cut, you are. And your man's right here. You should already be creeping up and ready to go. Okay? Right here. Like, see, you see your man is stopping in this backside help area. You're already starting to creep up. Right? And now when he commits to this double, bang, you're gone. Okay? And now look at, only good things happen. Only good things are going to happen when Jared cuts. Either Reed is hitting Jared here for a layup, or what happens? This defender really can't go anywhere. If this defender goes with Jared on his cut, now Reed's just wide open. But look, now you allowed 2 people to collapse on Reed with no repercussions for that, and you're just standing in the corner idly. You might as well be standing, you might as well be in the stands. You can see Reed's going to end up getting swatted, and you get nothing. Jared. Look at this right here. Ball's at the top of the key. Jared, where are you going? Look at this, how he's going. Look at how you're going. Why is he going out to the 3-point line? Again, shell drill. What happens? Ball's at the top of the key. You drop to about the nail. With your back to the baseline, you don't have to move. Jab, dribble picked up, recover. You give up a driving lane you should never give up, so it leads to an easy 2. Just take points off the board. Look at this. You run an empty side ball screen. Okay, Jalen refuses it and blows by his man and get into the lane. Great spacing. There's no one in the gap, so Jalen's just going to get right to the basket. But again, what's Cody doing? You got to see what your man's doing. Look at this. Your man is stopped right here. So right now, Cody should be already getting ready to go. Okay, right? Jalen's clearly about to get into the lane here. Your man is clearly about to step up and backside help. So just look at this. If you're cutting, now you're here. Okay? And now we're dropping it to you for a layup. And you know what? If you're not open, it's because either this defender got drawn in, so now Reed's dive is open, or this defender got drawn in, and now Jared's wide open for a catch-and-shoot three. But again, when everybody just stands here, okay, now the ability to get a wide open layup, which is most of the time going to be likely, okay, is not there anymore. Now all we have is a three. And again, the execution isn't poor here. You get an open three, but instead of getting a wide open layup, which is a guaranteed two, you get a three, which even for the best shooters is less than 50%, and now I get 0 points on this possession. This is great execution. Again, you got to cut. I mean, look at this. Jared does a nice job dragging these bigs, and look what happens. It freezes Jalen's backside defender. Now, first of all, this screen would be a lot better if Jared could just wait for Jalen to get to the weak side of the floor, because look what happens. I mean, you run this ball screen now, and you're just letting Jalen's defender sit in this backside help area instead of having to come over from the weak side of the floor. But still, even with that, you should get a layup out of this. Jared comes off this ball screen, and look, right here, where are you going, Jalen? Stop. Come back here, okay? Layup, right? Or this defender steps up, Jason G layup, okay? Good things happen when you cut, when your man is in backside help like this. But again, you allow this player to be in backside help, you're just going to fade to the three-point line, and again, you don't get a bad look. I mean, it's a pretty open catch-and-shoot three, but I'd rather have an open catch-and-shoot layup, which is what happens if you cut here. Okay? And Jalen fades to the three-point line, so now it's, catch-and-shoot three that you miss, and you get nothing. And then the other option, of course, is that when Jalen catches this, Jason G can just seal his man right here, and then we can go down low and get a layup. So we had multiple options to get a wide-open layup, and you took the sort of semi-contested three, and we're left with 0. Okay, so Elwood's guarding air in this zone, okay? But Siena Heights sets a ball screen here. So you have to have some ball screen defense. I mean, someone's got to fill in to where Jalen is in his zone as he's getting screened. I mean, either Elwood can come up here, okay, until Jalen's able to get back underneath and play him straight up one-on-one, and then he can return back in this zone, okay? Or Jared right here can kind of stunt at this. I mean, he's got a player in his spot in the zone, so Jared can just kind of stunt at this and then try and recover back out to the wing. Okay, but you just let Jalen get screened and no one fills in to where Jalen's area in the zone is until he's able to get underneath this screen. Now this player is just able to attack and get into the lane, and now you're in trouble because now Damian's got to step up and there's no one defending the paint. But it doesn't matter because this player is able to get so low in the zone that he's just going to get a layup out of it. This is unnecessary by Elwood. Again, look, you're guarding off the ball. Get beneath the three-point line, right? Beneath the three-point line, your back is towards the baseline. One, because of course you're in the gaps, right? No driving lane here. Stunt, recover. But the other reason your back is to the baseline here, okay, again, this is the shell drill, is look what happens when you have your back to the side. Look at how his back's going to be to the sideline because he's going to try and deny 40 feet from the rim. Now you're susceptible to getting beat back door, and guess what? It's exactly what happens, and it leads to a layup. If you're going under, you absolutely have to jam the screener here, okay? Like right now, this man is clearly setting a screen, Damian's man. So Damian can't sag. Look at how he's sagging right here. You got to get up and get ready to jam him with your body. Because look, if you jam this screener, which he doesn't do, now Elwood's on the other side, and this is not an open three. Okay, this is just not. But you don't jam the screener, so look how far under Elwood's got to go. Now Elwood's got to go all the way underneath here, as opposed to if you jam the screener with your body, he should be able to just get on the other side, and you're not giving that up. But he's got to go way further underneath because you didn't jam the screener. It's a wide open three. Okay, so we're missing an opportunity to get Jason G the ball in a post seal. Look at this right here. I mean, Jason G, all he's got to do is just get in his player's jersey, and now Jared can throw it over the top, and it's 2 points. I mean, that's what it is. But Jason G is just letting his man get position on him because he's not initiating contact and sealing. And so now you've just lost that opportunity, and you got to restart your offense. Oh, no, this is bad. Let's take a look at Cody right here. The ball's in the post. Okay, why is Cody hugging the three-point line? This cannot happen. Look at this. 4 steps beyond the three-point line. Wonderful. You need to be in the gap. Okay? Back it up. Ball's at the top of the key. Shell drill. In a game. Half step in. Back to the baseline. Right? This player comes. Stunt. Recover back out. Right? That dribble gets picked up right there. Okay? But Cody is hugging the three-point line for I have no idea what reason. And look, now this player has a driving lane he should never have. Layup. So I don't really understand what Elwood's doing here. I mean, it looks like he's angling him to the sideline. So if you're angling him to the sideline, you need a second defender here. Okay? I mean, if you're not... again, look at Elwood. It looks like he's angling him to the sideline. So Cody's got to step up here. I mean, if you're angling him to the sideline with no second defender, then this player is just going to blow by Elwood right here. But, so I don't know if that's Elwood's fault or Elwood... Or Elwood should be just guarding him straight up one-on-one and not just, giving him all this space. But look what happens here. Elwood's angling him to the sideline with no second defender. So now this player here is just going to blow right past him here and look at now we've just given up numbers. Okay, now Jason G's got a 2-on-1 and it's going to lead to a layup for Siena Heights. I'm confused by that. So you run this empty side ball screen, and you can see the openings right here. Reed's got to catch this pass, but look at Cody. He does an okay job dragging that second defender. Reed's rolls open. Now look at this. If Reed can just catch this properly, look at the opening. This is textbook right here. Draw this backside defender. Jason G's wide open. It's just catch, drop to Jason G for a dunk. Okay, but you can see Reed doesn't catch this properly, and you don't score there, but you can see how easy that opening is if Reed catches that. Cody's trying to go up the gut of this down screen here. Look at what happens here. So Siena Heights is setting a down screen. Now Jason G can't be not attached to this where the screen's getting set, right? You got to get attached and show. But you can see, watch Cody here. Cody's going to initially try and go up the gut, and that's going to get him caught, okay, instead of just chasing off his man's hip right here. Right? But look at Cody. See how he's going to try and go up the gut there? So that little flinch, right? That's all it took. This little flinch of him trying to go up the gut this way now allows his man to just beat him back door. And then what happens? Now Jason G has got a show there, okay? Because Cody tried to go up the gut and now is beat back door. So now it's just going to allow Jason G's man to just go to the three-point line, and Jason G is going to be late to get out there because he had the show, and it leads to 3 points. Beautiful, beautiful right here. Empty side ball screen. Look what happens here. Siena Heights defends this atrociously. But the key is the spacing. You've emptied out the strong side of the floor, so now Cody has room to attack downhill. And look what happens. I don't know what this ball screen defense is by Siena Heights, but with the spacing the way it is, look, Cody's able to turn the corner, get downhill, and it leads him to a wide open runner. That's beautiful execution with great spacing. You always cut. Look at this. Only good things happen here if Cody cuts. Damian's going to slip this screen right here and draw all sorts of backside help right here. So if Cody, instead of standing at the three-point line right here, cuts, this is a layup, right? Cody, now you see that your man's in backside help right now. Look at this. You're paying attention to what's going on, right? Ball screen, ball you man on offense. And if Cody just sees what's going on here, look at now you see your man stepping up in backside help, you start to cut. So now when Damian touches this, right, he has the option to drop this to you. Right? Right here, you're gone. Okay, now Damian can drop this to you right here, and it's a wide open layup. Right? Give us that option. Damian should not be having to try and score through 2 people, but nobody cut there. Okay? And now Damian catches it. I mean, that's a shot he should probably make. But why not give us the option to hit Cody there for a wide-open layup? Okay, so there's all sorts of mistakes here. First of all, I don't know why Matt's helping here. Look at this. Matt's coming over here to help. Why? Okay, Elwood's doing a great job being in the gaps. Look at that. Back to the baseline. He's perfectly positioned. Matt's man is all the way over here. Why is Matt down here? Again, the gap defense is here with Elwood. So now because Matt is all the way down there in no man's land, helping when he doesn't need to, now he's got to sprint to get out. That's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, which just drives me up a wall, is look at Cody. Hugging the three-point line. His man's all the way out here. Who cares? You should be a step in, back to the baseline. right? So you can do what? Stunt, dribble picked up, recover back out. But Cody hugs the three-point line. This player is able to keep his dribble alive, which he should never have been able to do, and it leads to an easy little shot there. So pretty good execution here. You run a high ball screen. Now Siena Heights hedges. The one thing I'll quibble about here is Cody can make this pass to Damian. If you make this pass to Damian, this becomes a lot more of a wide open three for either Elwood here or Jared there. Because hitting Damian freezes these backside defenders, right? But when you just hit Elwood's drag here, now these backside defenders are able to rotate out a little bit easier. See, if you hit Damian, these backside defenders have to stay home. Now the three-point line, this is just, I mean, these are practice threes at that point. But again, you still hit Elwood on this drag, but I would just say it'd be a little bit more open if you would hit Damian first. But that's 3 points all the same. Need a cutter. Absolutely need a cutter. You run this empty side ball screen, you hit Damian, okay? Matt's man stepping up and backside help. You can't stand Matt. You have to cut, okay? Because now when Damian is able to get full control of this, look, now you're either wide open here for a layup, or you've occupied this defender, and Jalen's wide open here in the corner for a catch-and-shoot three. But when Matt stands like this, now this one Siena Heights defender can defend both Jalen and Matt. And you can see now nobody's open, okay? And now Damian's got to do it himself, and you end up getting nothing. So Damian's helping for no reason here. There's not a screen set, okay? Cody doesn't get screened. I mean, you have to understand that. If a screen's set, then you set up in your ball screen defense, whatever it is. But Cody doesn't get screened. He's just fine. Look at this. Cody's defending just fine one-on-one, but Damian's going to help, or it looked like he was setting up in a ball screen defense. I don't know, whatever he's doing, he doesn't need to be doing it, okay? Get up, okay? You should be defending right here, okay? Your man one-on-one right here. You're in the gaps and everything, but Damian's looks like is either helping or involved in doing ball screen defense for a ball screen that wasn't set. And Cody's doing fine one-on-one, so now he's going to be late to get out, and it's going to lead to a three. Matt's got a roll here. Look at this. Can't pop right now, okay? Matt's got a roll, okay? Because, again, create this numbers advantage. Look at when you pop, okay? Now you're just letting the defense hedge and rotate back, right? If Matt rolls here, okay, look, now we can get the ball to Matt, and look, he's getting downhill and either getting to the basket or he's drawing a backside defender and Cody's open, or he's drawing a backside defender here, and now Damian's open. But Matt's popping here, and now it just lets the defense rotate back, and you got to reset your offense. So Jalen's got to make this pass earlier. Look at this right here, okay? You set a flat screen. Siena Heights looks like they're hedging. Like right now, Jalen's got to try and get this pass over to Damian, right? I mean, you hit Damian, look, that does what you're trying to get, a backside defender, okay? And now Damian can either try and power up over him, okay, or Matt will be cutting, so it's a layup for Matt, or Matt takes this defender with him, and now Damian can hit Jared here for a wide-open catch-and-shoot three, but Jalen's taking too long to try and make this pass, okay? He waits, and now that pass isn't there, and again, you got to reset. So this is really basic. I don't know, and this is in a 2-3 zone. I don't know why Matt's going to trap here or doubling the post, okay? But I mean, if Matt's doubling the post here, you got to rotate. Jared's got to rotate now. But this seems extremely unnecessary to be doubling here. It seems like Matt can just stay out here, maybe get halfway and dig. But to commit to a full double team here, I mean, you're just leaving your area in the zone wide open, and it's 3 points. This is part of the play, but look at how open Reed is here. So you initially run an empty side ball screen, okay, and look at this right here. I mean, if you just have Reed, if Reed just keeps rolling, he's wide open, or if he wants to seal his man right here, then we throw it down to Reed, and it's an easy 2, okay, but Damian isn't even looking at Reed on here, okay, so we totally lose that opportunity. Okay, and you eventually end up, just going into regular one-on-one mode, and, eventually don't get anything. Again, Jalen's got to get downhill. You run, it looked like a flat screen there. Okay, Jalen, get downhill. First of all, this big is late to get over here to hedge. So it looks like if you actually get downhill, you're going to get to the basket. Maybe you draw help and Reed's open. But if this big does get over here in time, fine. Now this pocket pass to Damian's open, and it's either an open mid-range jumper, or if he wants to get into the lane again, you draw this backside defender, and now this dunker spot's open. Or if you occupy this defender, then Jared's wide open. But take advantage of what Siena Heights is giving you off this ball screen. Instead, Jalen takes a step-back three, and you end up with nothing. God, so this execution is perfect here on this empty side ball screen. The one thing that needs to happen here is, look, you swing it here to Damian, okay? Damian should just try and get into the lane a little bit, okay? Try and bring this big out, and now this pass to Jason G's a lot easier. See, you've got a 2-on-1 right here. Damian, this player for Siena Heights. So if Damian just takes 1, 2, 3 dribbles here and brings this big out a little bit, now Jason G is even more open. You can see he makes this pass now before this big really has to go anywhere, so now it allows him to get back onto Jason G. Now, Jason G shouldn't have traveled there. That should be still a pretty easy look, but Damian could have attacked in the lane there just to draw that backside defender up on him a little bit.
Shoot one. Siena Heights 6-1.